My name is David, and this is Paracord Design. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the Kahuku Modified Sanctified Paracord Bracelet by Delton Dickson. For this tutorial, what you'll need is 3 strands of cord. I have black, red camo, and red as the colors I'll be using for this video. Whatever colors you use are perfectly fine. What you'll need is 1 strand of about 8.5 feet, another strand of about 15 feet, and one last strand about 3.5 feet. The 8.5 foot strand will be the outside part of the 4-strand core, and the red camo will be the inside part of the 4-strand core. And this, the red cord here, will be the accent centerpiece down the middle after the weave with the black and the red camo are completed. I'm also using gunmetal gray metal buckles. You can use whatever you want, or you could even attempt to make a loop and ball. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be using a metal buckle, as is what I've preferred. Plus, also, the wrist size is about, for my wrist personally, it's about 8.25 inches. For the design and the length of this is going to be a comfortable fit on my wrist. I'm using 9.5 inches. So what you want to do is go at least 3/4 of an inch longer for comfort, but if you want to make it a nice tight hold, then you can size it down. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be using 9.5 inches. Alright, let's begin. First, you're going to take your center part, the center cord of the 4-strand core. This one here is 15 feet. Then the black cord I have here is 8 feet, and the red cord I have here is 3.5 feet. I have measured these all a little bit longer than what they're necessary to be, so that I can have it shown perfectly well. Alright, let's begin. First, you want to start off by taking the longer cord and doing a cow's hitch from the bottom up to the top. You're going to use the second cord after for the second one. The inside two, like these two that'll come down the middle, will be this cord here. And the outside two, these ones here, will be in the black cord. Alright, let's begin. You want to take both your ends and bring them together so that they're even. You want to take your center cord, the cord, looped end, down through the top of the buckle, and you want to bring your cords through. This will start this off. You don't want to close it up just yet, because you'll need to bring the other cord through. On the second cord, which is what I'll be using, the black, you want to do the same thing. You want to bring these two underneath the top side of the starting cord. You want to bring one end through, and you want to pull all the slack out and keep it even. Next, what you want to do is you want to bring this cord underneath and come up through the bottom of the buckle and pull the cord all the way out through, making sure you come underneath the cord that comes through from the left and the right. You want to do that for both sides on this pattern. Next, you want to tighten up the center cord. And then tighten up the outside cords. So that it comes out like this. Next, you want to take all 4 of your cords down through the top of the buckle. Also, please give a follow to the creator of this design, Delton Dickson. You can follow him on Instagram at DeltonDickson. It is an amazing design, and I really like the way it looks. And thank you for giving me the honor of making this tutorial. Next, what you want to do, because this is the way I will do it, I usually tighten off all my cords so that there's no slack in the bracelet. What you want to do is start with the outside cords first. Color I'm using is black again. You want to leave some slack on those and then move to the other side. And then you want to do the inside cords. You're going to come up between cords 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here. You're going to come up in the middle, you're going to go right back down through the center, and you're going to bring the end, like this, through the loop that was created by the black cord. This will be a slightly long tutorial, as there is no editing on my channel. I haven't learned that yet. I am working on it. Next, what you want to do, you want to tighten up your slack on the outside cords first, and then tighten up the slack on the inside cords. Let's move on to the next, the two on the left. All right. Next, what you need to do, I'm going to put this on now. You want to take one end of your central accent cord. This will be over the top of the main design. What I did here was I just put a knot in the top. What you're going to do is come up underneath in this little void right here above the two knots for the center cord. This will serve as the center accent for the end result of the design. I'm just going to bring that up through. Come on. That is basically a stopper. That is why I created that little knot at the end and I cut and cinched it. That one will be for the end of the design. That's what I created to make it so that it holds in place. Next, what you want to do is you want to take the black cord. This will cross left and right up from the underneath. This will serve as the holding for the main accent color. All right, this will be the start of the Sanctified design. Next, let me go ahead and put these underneath. All right, then you want to take your accent color and bring it up through the center in between cords 2 and 3, and then you want to bring it down, making sure the undercord right here is pushed to the inside. You don't want this to come through with that cord on the outside like it is there. You want to make sure that's pushed in. You want to bring the right side cord, like I said, up between cords 2 and 3, past the first part of the Sanctified design, and then back down between cords 3 and 4. You want to do this 2 times. I'll show one pass before I continue on, so just follow along. You want to do that one more time through the same direction. Then next, what you want to do, after you complete that part of the section, between cords 2 and 3 and 3 and 4, you're going to take the end of the cord here up through cords 3 and 4, and you're going to do that 2 times. and you're going to loop into the outside loop of the black cord. You're going to do this 2 times. And you're going to repeat the process throughout the entire design. I'll do the other side so that you have a good look for it. You want to, with the left side now, you want to come underneath, below the crossover point for the first part of the Sanctified. Come up through the center in between chords 2 and 3. And go back down, like I said, making sure this chord is pushed in. So when you come through here, your chord is on the outside of that. Making sure to stay on the inside of the black chord. This is a very time-consuming weave, so have some patience and hang on out. And then you got your 2 there for the first inside part of the design. Now we're going to continue on. You're going to come between chords 1 and 2 and come down. You're going to come up from underneath between chords 1 and 2 below the Sanctified pass and back down through the loop. And then repeat that again. Also, I will give a little context on the name as I learned it from Delton. Kahuku is the name of a high school in Oahu, Hawaii. The inspiration came from their logo. I believe that's what he told me. I researched it a small bit. Next, what you want to do is start tightening everything up and make sure you pull the slack out, but not too much. One by one, you want to pull the slack out. You also want to make sure that there's no kinks or twists in it, because it does affect it slightly. But once you're done, you have your first pass like that. Next, you want to take this cord and pull it tight and push up on the center point in the design. That will create the first pass for this design. You can pull any slack out that there may be. I would recommend using a pair of pliers, as it is beneficial to this. But since I don't have any within arm's reach, I'll go ahead and use a screwdriver on it. You just want to be careful not to fray any of it. Alright, now I'll continue on with the rest of this tutorial and we can go from there. Alright, that's the second one. You'll want to repeat this process for this wrist length. I believe it's 10 passes, and then the tie-offs. Once you complete that, then this cord will come into play. You always want to make sure that you tighten them up really well, because any looseness in any of the loop overs does have a negative effect on it, and it is a pain once you have it complete to go back on it and pull all the slack out. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit so that I can complete it without having this video be like 1 hour long. Only 6 more to go. Okay. And just on a side note, if you haven't subscribed by this point, go ahead and give that subscribe button a smash, as it greatly improves my chances of uploading more than normal. And it makes me happy. And I deeply appreciate everyone that has subscribed to me. And I honestly and truly appreciate everyone that follows me. As this is a hobby channel. After this, that should be one more, and then the tie off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. Yeah. It's 10 passes. And if you aren't following me already on Instagram, I will link that below in the description, and I will pin it on a comment. Looks like I can do one more. Now, what you want to do for the end is, what I like to do is I'm going to take the accent color for the body of the bracelet and bring it up in between cords 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then bring it right down through the center and bring it right back up through 3 and 4. And I'm going to take the end here and go through to tie that part off. That'll be the first tie off, because it blends in really well when it's like this. And it gives that little bit extra nice look to it. Let me get the second one. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the black, except that these will be on the outside of the pattern. Basically just gonna go underneath in between cords 3 and 4. You're gonna come over this right here and come up from underneath through the loop, and then tighten it off as best as possible, and then pull out the slack, and then do the same thing for the other side. Next, as we finish this off, you're going to take your accent color here, and you're going to start by going right down the center with the cord all the way to the last pass, the last angled pass. You want to go down, and you're going to try to tighten it in there a little bit. Or you want to leave a little slack out, you want to bring the red cord up through the first pass, and you're going to come up, or you're going to go down at the bottom, and then come back up at the top, and you're going to loop over 2 times. And on your second loop over, you're taking it right back down underneath through the hole, as you can see right there. This will make that nice little accent in the rest of the pattern, and you're going to do this throughout all the way back up to the top. If you get the idea, I'm going to end the video here as I got less than 1 minute remaining. So I thank you again for watching this tutorial. This design is called, again, the Kahuku Modified Sanctified Paracord Bracelet, created by Delton Dickson. Thank you, and have a nice day.